Thanks for volunteering, guys.
We didn't volunteer.
They didn't volunteer. Okay, so tell us who your team is and tell us about your hack.
Alright, so we're Team Elon Musk, and we've done the GCHQ Steganography Challenge. So, sorry. Our original idea was to use RGB pixels and use that to make a decryption key from an image.
Can you hear?
Okay, so originally we were using the RGB
Can you hear?
pixels to create a decryption key. Instead, we're now using a bit array to create a decryption key. If you look on there, we've programmed it in C# because we have backgrounds in programming, but we've never used C# before, so it's something new. And if you see what Will's doing here is he's going to use an image, and he's using that image to create a key. That's going to encrypt the message and hopefully give him an encrypted message. So once he's done that, we can move over to Jack over here. He's got the same program, but they're not connected in any way, apart from the message has been sent. Jack's got the same image, he's getting a link from a website, and he's going to use that image to decrypt the message that we've just sent, and Josh will run through that.
So as you can see here, Jack has already taken the image and fed it into the program in order to get the key. The key is then combined with the encrypted message in order to generate the output of what Will originally typed, which is Hack Manchester 2016. Thank you for listening to our presentation.
Thank you. Over here. You guys ready?
Maybe, yeah.
Who wants the microphone? Who's starting?
Hello, my name is Ali, and this is Rayan and Arabian Forest. Okay, we've been working on a project to protect the bank. So we use Python to program an alarm for the bank. Yeah.
So the way the program works is over here there's an on and off switch to make a beeping alarm. We haven't actually had the time to make it properly for an alarm. We just know how to turn it on and off manually. So I just need so to turn it on, you do this. You just run the module after you've deleted the off sign so it turns on. And then it should go. And then the way to turn it back off, is by putting the code off back in again and running it, and then it should go off again.
But the light is not working. Mentioned.
The light doesn't work though because we haven't had enough time.
Team Apocalypse. That team was the Apocalypse. Thank you. Well done. The Vision. Who's speaking first?
Hi, we're Team The Vision, and this is our vision for the future of bank security, which we think is going to be in the form of tower defense. Yeah, so if you just have a look on the screen here, run the program. So the robbers come in through the front entrance of the bank into the bank, and you can create towers by placing them down like this. We've got different types of towers, but we haven't fully programmed those yet. So yeah, and basically the towers are just going to wipe out those guys. And your money, which is still in your vault over in the corner, that's your health as well. So if I build a few more towers and run out of money, then the game is over.
So we managed to make a lot of sprites that we were going to put into the game, but we ran out of time. So we've got all like the animations on this screen over here, and everything that we were going to put into the game, but we didn't manage to. So a lot of it's in the core games in there, but we didn't manage to finish off all the features like extra towers and animations and stuff. So yeah. That's it.
Division. Thank you. Thank you, well done. Guys, you ready? Yeah.
Right, so I'm Aidan and this is Ben. We are part of the team Not Quite Hackers, and we did the GCHQ Steganography Challenge. So our program allows users to select an image to encode a message into. We can use any image format. We can, so you then type your image in and your password, which is used as an encryption key. This then gets encrypted. The password is then texted to the recipient using the Clockwork API. So Ben is now going to receive this, and he should be able to unencrypt the message he's just sent himself using that password. So for our encryption we only used XOR, however we could have used a greater encryption but we didn't have the time to do so. Right, so as you can see the text has been transferred through the encrypted file, and if you type an incorrect password the user can't actually see the text.
We've also got it to work with online transfer, so I can download this image that I encoded earlier. I can then select the image from my downloads, which is there, and then I can decode it, and hopefully I get the right password, which I don't. There you go.
Right, is it? Yep. Well done, you're not quite hackers. Thank you. There we go. Okay.
This app is to speed up the process of reporting missing school children to the police. This app will contain a photo and information of the missing child, e.g. name, age, date of birth and ethnicity. Schools also can add additional information. Does the child leave school often or not? Does the child have problems at home or school? The traffic lights red, amber and green help recognise the urgency of the situation of the missing child for the police to react immediately if it is red. The amber or green are chosen only so School can send a Clockwork SMS text message to local leisure centres, local hospitals and shopping centres with basic information about the missing child. Name, age and ethnicity and school uniform as shown on this phone.
The glory. And out. Category is going to.
Well done. Well done, the Elden boys. Great work.
Remember to hold the microphone nice and close to your mouth. Who's speaking? You first.
Yeah. We are.
You hold this microphone and start with your team name, please.
Okay. We are Team Epic Source V2, and we are doing the Clockwork SMS to Combat Evil challenge, and we are combating bullying by making a website which Sophie has made with all the code on Python, and I have made a film of what it does, and Amy has made a film of what to do if they ask you a question. And you just have to press the space key to watch it. I've made an animation, but it's a little bit too long to show you, so I won't bother with that. But I've done an example of what we will do if you come to Combat Evil. That's it.
Well done, round of applause. Epic Source. Epic Source version 2. You guys next.
Yeah.
You all set?
Yeah. Yep. Okay. So first we made a video just to kind of promote what we've been doing. So it's on here. It's only really short. So Right, so and we made a website to kind of promote everything. So
Right, so if you go on designs, so this is some designs which go around Co-op stores nationwide. So here is a banner which could go across the doors or near where the prices are stored, and here's a receipt which could be printed off, of course with the logo of the Co-op community. And these QR codes you see actually lead to this website here. Okay, so the aim of the Co-op community is to bring people together and to tackle loneliness. So if you go on the events tab over here, you can see that there's events for people of all ages, such as tea and biscuits, coding club, a friends and family jog, a Christmas Santa run. So there's all lots of events for different types of people, so they can come together and tackle loneliness. So.
Thank you, well done. That's the 3 wise men and James. I don't know why James is not wise, but that's their actual name. So next, remember, team name and which challenge you're working towards.
The GCHQ challenge.
I'll let you hold this.
Okay. The GCHQ challenge.
And your name?
Is Cameron.
Team name?
Team name? Oh, TBC.
Closer.
TBC. Our challenge. Okay. We have hidden data in an image, specifically the specifically the GCHQ logo. We've hidden it in the redness part of the swirl by checking each pixel's redness, blueness, and greenness, and then altering half of the byte that represents the redness, so we can store our data in the 4 bits. That didn't go well. Where's the file? So we've got a writer and a reader. One will put the data in the image, and then one that will take the data out of the image. We lost the file. 2 seconds. Okay. So the data we can enter is like that, and then we pick the picture. So we do the GCHQ logo. Oh, PNG. Missed the file extension. PN. There we are. And that has hidden the letters Instagram, whatever his name is, into the GCHQ logo. And the reader will ask us, the reader will ask us, it's capture bar. Yeah. The reader will ask us to pick a file, and our writer spits out a saved.png file, an uncompressed file, which we can put into the reader, and it should give us our message. There we are. For other images, we made sure it would only take out the if the picture has the most redness, it will use the redness to hide our data, and so on with blueness and greenness.
Awesome, thanks very much. That's one half of Team TBC split down the middle amicably yesterday. So we've got the other half of the team. Tell us about your hack. Who's speaking?
So we've been working on the Voltec challenge for cancer research, and we've created a scratch game to try and promote it in a way where you can play the game, and then after you can donate money through like buying characters and new levels, or just going onto the website via web address. So we've created a sort of Pac-Man type game where you just collect all the sort of food in a way until your score, until you collect all of them and then you win the game. We've got a life system here where every 4 seconds you get hit, you lose a life, and then after 4 seconds you get hit again, you lose another, until this game over. So, would you like to say something?
When you press spacebar, then it takes you to this page where you can donate money to the address of cancer research. So if you donate £1, £5 or £8, and you unlock the green Pac-Man character.
That's awesome. Well done. Who's speaking?
Right, hello, we are table 16 and we used the RGB values in the images pixels to encode a message. We're doing the GCHQ challenge. First, please refer to the PowerPoint as we go along. First, the user uploads the image they want the message to be encoded into. Then the algorithm checks the resolution of the image to find the corner pixels, which will be used as a guide to find the pixels which will contain the information. And then we ask the user to enter their message, which can be up to 80 characters long, which then will be encoded into our program.
So to prevent for incompatible characters from like the Unicode character set, we made a check so that if someone like puts in an emoji, then it'll just output and say no, you input something else that's not in the ASCII character set. So this is the harder part. So we have the array of 80 random integers, which we made with the square rooted numbers that Jacob said before. And we use these numbers to find pixels which we want to change and alter their RGB values. And we do this by making sure that the total RGB values of the pixel we're going to change equals the ASCII number that we're going to encode. So once it's encoded, we can let the user right-click it and save the image, which Shabam will now show.
Okay, so a quick demo. You can choose any file that you want to encode, so you choose that one. Type in any message, let's say steganographic perfection, then encode. Here, this is the before image, and this one over here is the after image. So you can right-click it and save it as anything. And then, if you want to decode it, you go on the decode tab, you drag it into choose file, click decode. And now you've got the message there, which we encoded.
So basically in English, we use the corner pixels to find the pixels containing the information. Then we change the RGB values by adding all of them together, and the total will correspond to a letter and the ASCII code. And when you put them all in a line, it will read out a sentence up to 80 characters long. We think it's better to change all the RGB values altogether instead of just like the blue or the green or the red, because then it blends in more with the environment. So as you've seen before, you can barely tell the difference between the two altered images. Cheers.
Awesome work, thank you. Moving on. Omega Squad, you ready?
Yeah. So we are Omega Squad and we have done the GMP Missing People Challenge. First off, we have used the CSV file that the General Police have provided us and created imported into Access and created a form to clearly display each individual record. As well as this, we have made a report for public consumption. This is so that no unauthorized user can modify the data that's in the database. As well as this, we have also created another component which we use HTML, JavaScript and the Google API to display the last known location. First off, we had to convert the X and Y's into latitude and longitudinal first. So when we import that, we should get O, which is their last seen location. But not only that, it doesn't really tell you much just by telling where they were last seen. We've also created a sort of region area of where they could possibly be found and highlighted public buildings of last known locations of where people have been last seen to further help people to find them.
So, we could track the movements by looking at previous cases from real cases basically. So we calculate them all together and basically tracking their movements, where they're more likely to be and more likely to be found. Yeah, that's it actually.
Great work, thank you. Round of applause. Let's go over here next.
Go outside.
Just so you can get that.
Okay, we're table 19 and we were doing the GCHQ challenge and we've encoded data within a live stream. At the moment the live stream is currently running and we can view it here. This -1 means that we're sending no extra data, so it's just pure the live stream at the moment. In a second it'll load and you can see that. So here we go, we've got the live stream, everything looks normal. And up here, we're going to send a nice message to it, all encoded. It'll take about 20 seconds to come through because of the delay of the live stream. But in a second, you should see some writing appear down here. Here it comes. The data that can be sent can be anything, text or actual files. Here it comes. I Hack Manchester 2016, it comes through, yeah. And that's sent through binary data through the stream. And now Max will talk about a different way we tried, which doesn't work too well.
We tried sending the data in the RGB values of the picture, but because of the way videos compress very heavily, like ultra sources, we weren't really able to keep much of the video data behind, so it ended up looking quite funky. Yeah. That's it.
Super, thank you. Round of applause. I think your team name was, in fact, we don't have a name. They were actually called Table 16, that was their team name. Okay. No, it's not what you want. All set.
Really close to me. Okay. Our team name is Emirates, and we attempted the Defeat Loneliness challenge. So what we did was we were trying to do is create an event manager or service where people could come on and add events. Anyway, so what we've done here is integrated it with Google Maps. So once the event's been added, you can come here and you can find it on Google Maps, and you could even send it to your phone if you wanted to. And then obviously, if by future releases, we could actually add information to these points on the map, and we could actually have it integrated with Google APIs, so it could be added to your calendar automatically. Another point of this project that we've done was we integrated it with Git on GitHub. So we use Git for our version control, and GitHub was used for the host of that, but also to manage the members of the team. So basically what Git did was every time we did an update to our code, it would save the entire project. So if something went wrong for some reason, we could always reverse it back. So yeah, that's what we should do.
So one of the main issues we had was that a couple of people of our team of 4 had left, one of which was supposed to be doing the main interface. So what we've got here is a theoretical view of what the interface should look like, going through down here and then down here. As you can see, because we're part of the Co-op anti-loneliness scheme, this was designed to be part of kind of a touch screen just embedded in somewhere near the table, something like that, just so that when you're in the Co-op, you could see this and you could sign up for it. So what you do is you put in your interests, like as you can see in the top right box, and then it could tell you some events that were happening, so at the time they're happening, and possibly, as we've seen with the Google Maps integration, how to get to them specifically. And so, since we wanted to combat loneliness, we wanted to make sure that it looked very friendly in itself. That's why we've got it very colourful, so that people see it and it just seems friendly as a programme, as well as having the functions of it. And it was made for a touchscreen, so we've also given it some quite large buttons and some large text to make sure if you see it, or if anyone sees it, everyone can use it.
Excellent, well done.
We are the Hack Horrors, and we've done the Co-op one. This website is from combating loneliness, and it's a nice excuse for your neighbours to come round with a pint of milk and have a little chat. We've used HTML and JavaScript, which we've never used before, and also some Scratch.
This is the registration page, and I use some JavaScript, so if the passwords don't match and you then type them in to the submit button, it will then pop up saying the password does not match. So you fill in all the details. We've asked for some addresses so that you can decide who you want to deliver to and have delivering to you.
I made the request page where you can put in your username and password here and here. I've made these clickable icons. I've done tea bags, bread and milk.
So when you log in at the Co-op, the screen will come up showing the requests of people which you could go to. You click the one which would work for you, and it will send an SMS to their phone to say they're coming, and it will pop up with thank you. This is a great website for making a community on your street.
There's the message on the phone.
There's the SMS.
Thank you. Well done. Really.
Oh well.
Hey guys.
Hello.
Hello. Yeah, good. Who's first? Get the mic. Right, you
Hello, we are Team MessageSafe and we are doing the Clockwork SMS Challenge. This is a website for parents to use. It allows them to prevent their child from receiving inappropriate texts. When an inappropriate message is sent, the adult receives a text asking them to log into the website. When they log in, they can see the text, and from there, they can choose whether or not to block the message or send it through. Here's a demo of what we managed to develop.
Right, okay, so basically, you can log in. I'll just use my name. Probably should have done this earlier, so it saves time, but you know. Right, we're in. So as you can see, we've got a notification up here with a little bell. If we go here, we've got an example conversation of what would maybe happen with some unfriendly people. And you can decide whether you can send the text or block the text. If we block the text, we get a little notification saying it's been blocked, but for example purposes, we can also send the text straight afterwards, and that has turned up on my mum's phone.
Should come up there.
Yeah, there we go. We've got.
So that message came up. Let's press the button there. So
we've got a message saying the unfriendly message has been sent through to the recipient, deciding on who wants to, if the parent wants to see it, let the child see it or not. There we go. That's pretty much it.
Top work. Thanks. Well done. Okay, guys.
Hello, we're insert inspirational team name here, and we're doing the Tellers Protect the Bank challenge. We have created a game to highlight how important it is to keep your bank details safe and prevent people from basically breaking into your bank account and robbing all your money. Danny will start demonstrating. Our game is called Defend Your Dosh. The player has to make choices. Depending which choice the player makes will determine if the player's bank account is safe or is nil. So if you look at Dan over there, he's going to hit remember to cover your PIN. So you come here, you remember to cover up your PIN, and the person is really upset because he can't see your PIN and you can't rob your bank account. Whilst for example purposes, do you want to relaunch it? If you hit the forget to cover your PIN up, you'll come, see you're not covering the PIN this time, and he's found your PIN and he can basically rob your account, and there goes your money.
In future there'll be more questions, but for the purpose of 2 days, this is all we managed to get done.
Amazing work. This is all excellent. Okay, over here. Moving swiftly on. Who's speaking to me first?
I am.
Like really close. Go.
We're Team Ace Bananas, and we're doing the Cancer Research Challenge. I forgot what to say. Should we just show you what? So we made a website on how you can help people, help children fight cancer. So I'll just get into what they'll see. So they go on and they see they can see all the tips, and later on we will add a link so they can donate to play our games, and all the money will go to cancer research. And if they know someone with cancer who they think has done something really good, they can nominate a cancer star. And that's all I have, so it's up to you. So basically, I've made a game where you're this little red block, and you're trying to dodge the red blocks. And basically, we're gonna make more games in the future, and it's gonna be free, and you're gonna have to donate. And after you donate, you're gonna get packs like different skins. And here's Halloween one, Valentine's one, an Easter one, and a Christmas one. And yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Brilliant. Okay.
Really close to you, Meg.
So, our team name is Nemesis, and we did the GCHQ challenge, and we did a message within a message, and we used Scratch and Geometry table, and we used the 600 table to represent numbers instead of 1 to 26, because 1 to 26 would be too easy and somebody could figure it out easily, and if we did 600 it would be a bit more complicated and people couldn't figure out who would look at the 6 times table, so 6 equals A and 12 equals B. We also incorporated capital letters, and the whole message was Hackman is the best.
Hackman is the best, thank you. Well done. Good. We'll go over here next. Bazinga.
What's that? Yeah, good. Really close to me.
So we are Team Bazinga, and we would like to present to you the bully button, which is using the Clockwork API. So we've obviously done the Clockwork challenge, and it is designed to fight the evil of bullying. So our app was built in Android Studio, which we've never done before. So if you look at my phone here, here is the app, and if I press on it, here's the bully button. So if you click on settings, you insert a number. So if I just type a random one in, and then try and send a message, it will say the message has failed because it is not an actual number. But if we put in like a number, so I'm just going to hide the phone. Okay, so now if I type in a message, so if I press in that and click the button, it will say here that it's sent, and in a minute it will come through on Peter's phone. The message has come through, and then if you don't put in a message at all and just click send, we have a default message programmed, so that will just come through to the number program. And if you go off the app, it saves the number that you've had in before, so if I press it again, it'll send straight away because it remembers all the numbers you've programmed in.
Well done, thank you. Fantastic hacking. Right, guys. Who's going to speak to me? Yeah, okay.
So our team was coinflip.com, and we're doing the Cancer Research Challenge. So we've done a website to aim to get people to volunteer to help out cancer research more. So we're doing this in two ways. Firstly, we're going to make it easier to help people to find events where they can volunteer at. So there's a map here with some events that you could volunteer at to help out, and if you scroll over you can see what kind of events they are, and there's a list here of all the ones you could do. And the second way we're going to help people volunteer to help cancer research is by making it into a sort of game. So if you volunteer at these events, so say if I volunteer at a bake sale, I'd get a point, and there's leaderboards with people, so you can see who's in your local area who's volunteered the most, so it's a sort of a friendly competition. And we've also made a game to help support cancer research, so it could help people to donate, it could encourage people to donate.
Thank you. TeamCoinflip.com, who've come together, I think, for the first time for this hack. Tremendous, thank you. Okay. It's going to be you, isn't it?
Hello, we're the Lizard Squad, and we've chosen the Cancer Research Challenge because some of us, our friends and family, have been diagnosed with cancer or died from cancer, and we just really want to help cancer. No, not help cancer, stop cancer. So I'll pass you on to whoever's speaking next.
I'm speaking first, and then it's your bit. Get out the script. Where's the script? How are you doing? There, we've got the script. Oh yeah, it is.
So cancer is bullying, but about 30 million times worse, and so we really need to stop cancer. And the way you do that is by going on our site and donating money to play games.
Hi, we've made a website where you can, for 50p, you can get a bunch of games. 100% of the money is going to cancer research.
I know.
We're going to carry on doing this after. We're going to carry on doing this after the challenge to raise money for cancer research. And basically, what it's about is you donate 50p to cancer research, and there's some example games that we made with Scratch and HTML. And
continue it if you need to. You can stop, please. Thank you very much.
Thanks, guys. Thanks very much. Well done. Everyone fighting for the microphone in that team. Well done, Lizard Project. Okay, over here. Hey, guys. Go for it.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Hello, we are GCHQ is greater than NSA. Even though we aren't actually doing that project, we thought it would be a funny name. With the actual design, what we went for is sort of the basic UI with 2 bars to follow the project, which is we'll have 2 teams, one being the carriers and one the curers. The carriers have to infect all of the curers within the game, and the curers have to go to point of interests to gain information about the cure and then they become carriers of the cure to cure all the carriers. We have 2 designs, one basic one with health, hunger and thirst, and then another one which we prefer to allow more of the map to be shown. With the actual programming, I'll pass you over to Sam.
Right, so because our website requires geolocation, we have to make a OpenSSL encrypted server, which is made in Python. And then we've gone over to HTML and JavaScript using the Google Maps API. And we've got at the moment a user's profile on the position that they are in. This is actually using the science and industry. And you will go to Harry's. So that picture. So not at the moment it isn't multiplayer, but it soon will be. We've got all the data we need to do it, but it's just gone away. We've used Firebase by Google to host all of the database.
Round of applause. Well done. One day behind.
Hello, we are 1 day behind and we've been working on the Cancer Research UK project. We've designed a web app to support people who want to help Cancer Research UK. And so this is the homepage. It's sort of a news page for information about what cancer research is doing across the country. So normally it would have a piece of a news article there, but we haven't had time to write a fake one. So you can go, if you want to start a fundraising group, you can find it, or you want to join one, you can find your nearest group. So if you type in WA14, it says your nearest group come up, and it is, for example, Random Company Cancer, and it will also have some additional information, such as meets every Sunday at the Random Company store. But if you already belong to a cancer group, you can find it, so Random Company Cancer here, and you can submit to go, and then you'd have your group homepage where you could post events that you'd like to do. So you could make a tray of cakes, and this would appear on the homepage if you submitted it. You would also have names of the members within your group, for example, random person from random company. And on the right-hand side would be a place reserved for either Facebook or Twitter, where you could have a Twitter feed about Cancer Research UK, where your group could post things about what it's done. And then you can, to find where you're going to put your money, you can look in venues. So here is a map of the UK, and normally there'd be lots and lots of pins all over showing venues that would be happy to support Cancer UK. They could have a school there, or they might do matched funding. So, for example, we found the Random Company, and now we found it. And now we're going to search it up in the search bar, Random Company, and it's got some information such as the name, the email, the telephone, the web page, and the postcode, and also stuff about what its fundraising deal is. And finally, the final page is where your cash went, because to feel connected of what you're doing and to know that you've really helped someone out, there's another page of information, a sort of news page again, about where your money went. So, for example, they've been funding Professor E.X. Ample, who is researching into a drug which stops cancer cells feeding on some bodily sugars. So here's a bit of information about it. And there's also be a map of where he was working. So, there. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Great work. Next team's name is apparently some kind of JavaScript joke.
We don't even get the joke ourselves, so.
You don't even get it.
Oh.
Put it really close to your mouth. Give your team name first.
Team is not undefined, and we're doing the Thales Bank Security. Thales Bank Security project and the Clockwork SMS to prevent identity theft. And we've come up with different security features to build up our layers of security. The 3 different ones we've used.
I'll hold the mic. Just let me hold it. Just carry on. Sorry.
Captures, face recognition, and SMS verification codes.
So first, I'm just putting in some details, and from a database we have a PIN, but I'm just intentionally going to do the wrong digits. And so if I get this incorrect by the 3rd time, we've got captcha, which can choose different ones. And then, hold on, if I put that in, oh shit, I wasn't typing. Alright, so we've got through now. So if we have a webcam, we can start the webcam and take a picture, which will then go on to something like this, not me, as you can see. So we'd load a picture from where you're actually saved and compare it, so that you can see that the user is the same. However, if it's a different person, there you go, you can see that it's not the same. And then, hold on, if you don't have a webcam, then it goes to an SMS message, which is over here.
So if you do have a webcam, it goes to the facial recognition part of the program. But if you don't have a webcam, it will go to the SMS code verification. So if I enter the customer ID, the mobile number will automatically come up from the file. So if I send that, then I should get a text on here. Okay. And then I type in the code.
You're not typing it in.
And if I press enter, then it reads the current balance of my account from the file. So that's it.
Great, thank you. Well done. That was team No is not undefined, a JavaScript joke we don't get. Okay guys, you're all set?
Yeah.
Representing college.
Yep. Our program is created to motivate students. The basis of our project is to reward students based on the grades they have achieved at AS level. The web app is specialized for only colleges. For example, this is a student. If a student achieves a grade A at AS level, they will be getting a 30% discount on clothing and accessories. And if a student achieves a grade B, they will get a 20% discount. And if a student gets a grade C at A level, they will get 10%. This could be further developed by another person, and instead of using AS level grades, it could focus on individual homeworks set by teachers or assessments. And this can encourage people to do better at college and progress better in life. Lastly, instead of using the grade A and B concept, the web app can be developed and based on students' expected grades, and if they achieve higher than this, they will be rewarded by getting high discounts. If this was a real application, we would have to partner with companies such as Game and ASOS.
Excellent, well done. That was OSFC, not the only team from Oldham Sixth Form, but representing there, and nicely nailed on the 1 minute there. Hint, hint, everyone. 1 minute. We're nearly there. A few more. Can't wait.
What's that? What's your mouth?
Hello, we're Team Syntax Error, and we've made a program called Musical.ly. And it's a steganography software, and it's for the GCHQ challenge. But unlike most programs, it hides text in music rather than in an image. So here we can have a message. So just click enter. It should give us a PDF, which Harrison will try to decrypt. So we've got our message in there.
So Musical.ly works by using a software called Lilypond, which takes input that looks a bit like this. If you can see it just there. Just a bit like this. So our first problem was getting the input to the website to look like this, and we have an array. So our program can take the input and check through this array and see what the output is for our Lilypond software. We've also added some random letters at certain points within the code to make it harder to find the actual message that we're trying to code.
There are a lot of challenges in this particular project. A couple of them were that we had to use Lilypond, which is a library of Python, but none of us had ever used it before. So that's one of the challenges we had, and I think Harrison has decoded our message.
So I decoded the message that we put in, and I got it as hackmcr, and I'm going to run you through how I got that. So what we do is we look at our music PDF, and we have a decoding key and a PDF over here, and so we look at the first 2 beats here, and we can see that matches with the H, and then what we do is we miss out 2 sets of 2 beats, and we go to the next, we see that's an A, and we keep going on like this to look through each letter. But between each letter of the message, there's gaps of letters that aren't actually in the message, and so you have to leave a gap of 2 after the first letter, a gap of 4, then a gap of 8. So it all sounds very confusing, but that's just to make sure that your message is even more encrypted, because obviously this just looks like a normal PDF from music score. And what's really exciting about our web application is that it's actually live. Anybody can go on, they can put a message in, they can get their PDF out, anybody can go in and they can find this decoding key if they want to learn how to decode the PDFs. And so yeah, anybody can scan this QR code, go to our website, and it's a live web application. So that was Musical.ly. Thank you.
Mind-boggling in a really good way. Okay, so we've got a couple of our youngest participants here. A couple of one-girl teams who've done amazingly and started everything you've done from the very beginning, with lots of excellent help from mentors and others. But let's have your name and a demo of your amazing work on top of this.
So, my name's Amy, and I did a project on Scratch about the solar system. And when I press the space, the planets turn round. And when I press the 2, the sun expands and decreases. Also, if I press the green flag, the little astronaut follows the mouse pointer. When it goes over Mercury, it goes forwards. When it goes over Venus, it goes backwards. And when it goes over Jupiter, it turns round. And also Uranus, it turns the other way round. The moon orbits the Earth. And whenever I click on a planet, it tells you its name and a fact. Thank you for listening.
Thank you. Amazing work. Brilliant. Okay. Steffi, are you ready to tell us about what you've been doing today as well? You kind of worked as a team, didn't you, and split into your own project. Okay. You ready?
Hello, my name is Steffi and I did the Siemens Challenge together with my mentor Dave Jones. The object of this project is to learn about Siemens in a fun way. This project has 3 stages. The first one is the coding bit with Scratch. Here you can see the coding. I've done a small presentation about Siemens. And the sprites say things about Siemens. To start the game, every player has to roll the digital dice. By clicking here, because the pie is connected to the robot, it gives the commands of how many seconds to rotate.
So let's just start. Let's do that. These points here.
Where it points, the color, you get the cards, and it has a question. The question is which software was used for landing the Mars rover Curiosity. The answer is Siemens software.
Where are the players?
And it says here how much you advance. You advance 3 places.
Who wins?
The one who wins is the one who gets to the center. Thank you for listening. Bye.
This is definitely where all the fun happens in this corner. Robots and extra bonus point for having your notes written in pink. Excellent. So, last row. The judges are sat here. Oh no, you can't join in. Okay guys, who's your spokesperson?
Hi, we're Team Zero Clue and we're doing the Great Manchester Police project. So this first form that we've got open here is for filing a report for missing persons. So you fill in the name, the gender, where you last saw them and when. If you click submit report, it will add that to the file, which you'll see in a second. If you go back to the main menu, here you have the ability to report new missing people or to view the database of all the missing people that have already been reported. You can click on that. So this is the list of all the people that have been reported missing to the Great Manchester Police. You can filter any of this information by name or gender or all of the variables that we have there. Show that off. Okay. You can also search by town or any of the other things like name or gender or things like that. So you can search for any of them if you're looking for a specific record. Ideally, if this was a final app, when you log on, you would be given an IP address for your current location. You would then have the ability to filter this list based on your current location. For demonstration purposes, we've just made up an IP address for Rochdale. This then filters the list and only displays people that have gone missing in Rochdale. There was a map that worked. It crashed within the past 5 minutes and we don't have time to fix it. But that would have displayed the area around you, so you could have seen where they may have gone, things like that.
Great work, well done, round of applause. It doesn't matter what happened in the last 5 minutes, as you know, judges have been watching what you've been doing all. We trust you that it works at one point. I'm sure something important saw it working. Okay, 2 more to go.
Hi, so we created
app in VB using Visual Basic, and we use two scripting languages, which is HTML and JavaScript. So essentially, our program was meant to be a mobile app, which is used to tackle the project which the Greater Manchester Police gave us. So here you can see the login screen. So you can actually continue without logging in, which Chris is going to do for us now. And here you're not able to make a report, because to actually make a report you require a login, so the police can actually see who's making reports, and they can keep up to date with the people who are making reports on missing people. So if we view the reports of the missing people right now, it brings up the database of who is actually missing, and here we can actually filter the data using the unique ID or the borough. So if you input something to show. So if we put in Salford and we load the table, only the people who are missing in that area are actually available. So if this was actually a mobile app, we'd have it retrieve the current location using GPS, and then people will be able to see who's actually missing in the general area. So if we go back and we go actually log in using some user details. Now we're actually able to report a missing person, so if you do that, we're able to attach a picture, a name, address, and all sorts of information for that missing person. These fields are actually mandatory, so the data which will be inputted into the database, which was actually provided by the Greater Manchester Police, will all be correct, and you'll know that it is in the right format. So if Chris just inputs some data for now. It has actually been added to the database. So now if we go back to the main form, we can actually send SMS to the police. So if there was some sort of emergency or we did sight a missing person, we could let them know instantly. So if you just type a message in there, and there we go, it would actually send a message to the Greater Manchester Police. So if we actually do go back and go back to the reports. Okay. Yeah. So if we go on any one missing person, we can actually see where were they last seen. So if we open and view where they were missing, we actually integrated the Google Earth API, which is currently no longer going to be supported by Google, but we decided to use it anyway. This was quite a challenge because we had to use HTML and JavaScript, which we didn't really have much experience in, but it actually does display a pinpoint of where the person was last seen. So that is quite useful for anybody who is using the app.
Fantastic, thank you. Good work. And last but definitely not least, thanks for waiting, guys. I don't know what I did for your nerves, but are you ready? Okay, let's go.
Hi, we're Team Not Yet, and we entered the Co-op Challenge to tackle loneliness by encouraging you to sign up to events, get you out and about, meeting new people. But the way in which it does that means it also links with the Siemens Challenge because it's incorporating both physical and virtual technology.
Yeah, we've gone for both, like you said earlier, we've gone for both hardware and software. We're going to get back onto the hardware later on, but I'll let him talk more about the software.
Okay, so on my phone here, we've got an app which you can see mirrored to the screen there. So if I open the app, it'll show you a summary of your profile. So this is set up for Toby. It shows how many points you've got, and you can earn points by competing more events and meeting more people. In the menu here, we've got some featured events based on what people think you might be interested in. We've got some events in there, and then also we have some suggested events based on your location and what other people around you are doing. We've also put Google Maps integration to allow you to find the nearest co-op to your location where you'll be able to access these events and the sign up. You can connect to one of these boxes, which we'll show you in a minute. But you can connect by a code which is written on the box, or you can connect by NFC, which Toby will show you now.
So the process for connecting the NFC tag is quite simple, but there is a full demonstration. Do you want to do the full demonstration right now?
So the point of the hardware is to give something physical that people can interact with, something that would sort of draw people over, entice people to sort of give it a go. So yeah, we've got a motion sensor in front, which we've covered up currently because it's super sensitive. So he's going to take that off and it's going to notice its motion and he'll interact with the box.
Hello, my name is Danielle. What's yours?
Toby.
Hello, Toby. Nice to meet you.
You too.
How was your time at Hack Manchester Junior 2016?
Good, thanks.
Glad to hear it. Here are a few other events I think might interest you. Tap your device onto the right side for more details. Just tap on any of them when you are ready, and I'll automatically sign you up. That's great. I've signed you up to Manchester Comic Con 2016. Have a fantastic time.
So yeah, as you can see, it's just a little prop that can be put up in any co-op store, which people can walk up to. Due to its design, we're hoping it entices people to give it a go, because we figured out that most people who feel lonely generally are introverts and need people to sort of approach them first and then speak to them, and then they can carry on from there, which is the point of the box. And it's also something really cool that we wanted to work on, so we just did it anyway.
We also decided to use an event-based system because people who are necessarily introverted will not necessarily want to just go out and seek engagement with people. So this is something that they do for fun and then sort of almost by accident go out and meet new people and find new friends.
Great work. Let's have a round of applause.